This is a companion video to the previous video I did on my channel recently to share some of the meals I made using foraging. It's not completely necessary to watch that video, but you can if you want to. And also, while I got you, thank you. Thank you to everyone who commented, and thank you to everyone who shared their own foraging experiences. Whether you've just started or have been foraging for a while and showing the sort of things you've been able to make. Sharing our thoughts and our know-how is one of the ways that we can help one another when we're struggling. So, thank you. The main thing about this video is that I'm not here trying to teach anybody how to do these things or how to make these recipes. The idea is that we are learning together, including our successes and our mistakes. If I can't be a good example, I will be a terrible warning. So first, Neza and I went a foraging to get some ingredients, in this case nettles and dandelions. First I made dandelion fritters. The batter is made of salt, baking soda, flour, milk and an egg. Into the bowl and I churn it all together. Then I got my dandelion heads washed and ready, added them to the batter. I then realised that the pan was getting very smoky and it didn't help that I hadn't put the fan on. This step is not completely necessary. It's really up to you if you want to do that. I threw the whole concoction in all at once, thinking, oh, I can separate all the heads once they're in the pan. I could not separate all the heads once they were in the pan. Since I'd made too much batter, I tried beefing it up with some stems. This was a bad idea. The stems have a very bitter taste, like some leafy greens have. But the flower heads were really lush. That was actually really nice. Once I was done, I wanted more, and I ended up making more a couple of days later. These definitely came out better. I think the key is to making a thicker batter. So, onto the nettle soup. The first thing you do is you realise that the pot that you were going to use is way too small, and you switch the leaves out into a bigger one. Hope you're writing all this free advice down. I boiled the nettles and blend the hell out of them. Then added seasonings until I was happy with the flavour. That's what I normally do when making soups. I don't really follow recipes. No gods, no kings, we die as men! Plus I looked at some recipes and they had like 15 ingredients you need to get from the shop before you even go foraging for the nettles. And if I'm foraging to save money, then what is the point? The results were not great. I will defend my cooking in this one case. If there is one thing I can make in the kitchen, it's soup. And that really is the one thing I can make. I just didn't like the taste of the nettles. They tasted like what I assume kale tastes like, and there is a reason I have never tried kale. So needless to say, nettle soups will not be my new fave. And yes, I do feel bad about the waste. So that is why I won't try it again. Next I tried a very simple idea, spaghetti with dandelion leaves. Firstly, I drowned the spaghetti. Blub, blub, blub. Then I added the leaves to the boil, and I think I did this too soon. They came out a bit overdone. The taste was okay, and it gave some different textures to the meal, and it's a way to get more greens in my diet, something I really need in my life. So does that mean that 30p Lee was actually right? You could not waterboard those words out of me. Because this is hardly a balanced meal. And to add to that argument, who has the time? Maybe this will save you some money, but it does not save time. Even with simple recipes like these, there's the prep time and now also the foraging before that. No wonder the microwave got so popular. Like I said in the previous video, this is not a solution to the problem. I'm making this in the hopes that it helps, even a little, someone struggling with a burden that someone else put on their shoulders. And I would like to do this more in the future. I just heard you can make flour out of dock plant seeds. You what, mate? Until then, who's helping me with the washing up?